Okay, hi. So this is Fabian speaking, the founder of Bare Bones Yoga, and I'm here with Tara and Jean and Jackie, and they are all wonderful, wonderful friends of mine, and they are regularly coming to the Bare Bones Yoga women's wellness groups. So I asked them if they would take a few minutes to just give the listeners some information about what it's like to come to the women's wellness groups. So I'm going to start with Tara on the left. Tara, can you just say a couple of words about what you enjoy about coming to the women's wellness groups?
Sure. Yeah, I've been coming about 6 or 7 months, and I really like it. I usually come once a week, and it's just a nice, intimate environment. Met some great people. Do a little bit of yoga, a little meditation, and usually a little discussion about health issues, wellness issues. We get a little snack sometimes, my favorite part. But it's great. I'm very new to yoga, and I don't feel stressed. I don't feel competitive. It's a nice kind of cozy environment. So it's been really great. And it's encouraged me to start taking some other classes at work and branch out a little bit. So it's been wonderful.
That's great. Jean, what are your thoughts on coming to the women's wellness groups?
I think for me, what I enjoy is that it's a very comprehensive approach to really thinking about one's wellness. And for me, it seems that it flows in that you're moving your body and your spirit. And I always feel very calm and balanced. And I think that's one thing that I would say the program really embraces is how does one balance, and what are the different ways for wherever you are in life or however you walk through your door. And for me, it varies from week to week how I walk through the door. So leaving and having a sense of balance is something that's very predictable, and sometimes a life that's very unpredictable. So for me, I think it's many things, but always having a sense of knowing when I leave I'm going to feel rebalanced.
That's great. That's awesome. Thank you. Jackie?
So, for me, I think it's probably a little bit different. I hear a lot about work-life balance. I don't have any balance in my life. So, for me, it was an opportunity to do something that I've always done, but to put it on the schedule, come be with other people, and sort of talk about the pressures and stresses that life has. It's part of everything that we're doing all the time. And it was reassuring to me, and it's been really nice and supportive to be hearing other women say, oh yes, I struggle with that thing too. So I thought I was just, the one broken person out there. So it is really actually reassuring to be with a group of people that understand the pressures and the fears that you have and can kind of support you as you work to move on the other side of that. So it's been a wonderful group for me.
That's great. That's great. Tara, do you have to know a lot about yoga? Like, for instance, if someone's never done any yoga before or they're really new to it, do you need to know a lot about yoga to come to these sessions?
No, not at all. I had taken an adult ed class probably 10 years ago, 8 classes, really low key, and I didn't remember anything. I think I knew Warrior 1 when I walked in the door. So no, I mean, you definitely break it down. It's just really comfortable, really easy. I've brought friends who have never been to a class and have become hooked. So it's just really, you have a great approach.
That's great. Thank you. Jean, a question for you. Do you, how would you say this experience of doing yoga is different from if you go to a studio and practice?
I think the opportunity to really learn alignment in a very safe place. I've always felt intimidated at times in going into a studio setting by asking the question, well, how is it that you really do this? Or that maybe the pace or the feeling in the room or the flow is so quick that you never really get what you're supposed to get. And I think here that there's an environment of openness and of asking, how is it are we supposed to feel? How is it that if we can't really get into a pose that it could be modified? And so for me, I feel like I'm able to do yoga in a setting that's safe and open.
Okay, great. Jackie, question for you. I know that you've been doing the Women's Wellness 30-day program, which combines yoga in the context of these women's wellness groups, along with individual yoga sessions and some private running coaching sessions. Can you describe a little bit about your experiences with that program?
Sure. It's been a really, really great thing for me to do, primarily because with my schedule as busy as it is, it's easy for me to, not take time to take care of myself. So having a planned out routine, that I've got on the books, that I'm committed to, has been great. That aside, working with you one-on-one has advanced me in the practice of yoga in a really short period of time, way beyond what I, could have imagined. I mean, I've been doing this practice for years and years. You and I were together at another studio probably 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
And in 2.5 months, I can do things that I never thought I'd be able to do in yoga. And that's a competitive kind of person. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's fun to work towards a goal. And I think that in addition to doing some things, like working towards headstand and jumping back from crow, and again, things that I didn't think that I'd ever be able to do, we've really worked on my alignment, and I'm finding many, many other benefits. My body feels better. I'm able to golf better.
That's great.
So there's lots of things about it that I really, really enjoy, and you provide kind of constant support and coaching to me during the 30-day program. And that comes in lots of different forms in terms of, recipes and nutritional advice and health updates and, just encouragement. So all of that has been a pretty great thing for me.
That's wonderful. Well, I want to thank all three of you for supporting the program and for taking some time to share your thoughts about it. And let's do some yoga.